And it's still that way. Man. All right. Hey, Mimi D. Get this to there. Hi, Tiff. I seem to not be able to get the thing to go the right direction, so we're just going to have to live with it like this, if that's all right with everybody. Because I tried to restart it 3 different times, and this is what we've got. Yay, she made it. Hi, Sharon. Your temperature is 89. Yeah, that's a little too far down, I think. Hello, Zelina. I can't make it go the right way. So now I gotta... Oh, haha. It's asking me to rotate the device, but when I hit the button that says rotate the device, I guess it means it wants me to go this way. Hang on a second. You're gonna get dizzy. I'm not technically advanced for this stuff. It's too high. There we go. Make that go away. Make that go away. All right. We're just gonna have to live with it like this. Because that's just the way it's gonna be. It is, Alina. Yeah, that can get yucky. You'll just, instead of being dizzy, you'll close your eyes. Are we kind of leveled out here now? Okay, seem to be. All right. Oops. Wrong button and wrong button again. Now, what am I gonna do? I made my checkbox disappear. So now I gotta try and find it again. There it is. Oh, good, Sharon. Rain is good. Alrighty. Well, how's everybody doing? As you can see, hey, Matt. How are you? Sure, you show up at the one that I've got it all screwed up. Hi, Val. So, I sold over 60 items in the last month. So I am running a little short on product. You're kidding, Chipotle. Oh boy, that's going to be a fun night tonight. How fast does it run through your system? But anyway, so I am short on mostly pendants because that's mostly what I sell. I don't know why. Every now and then I get a few earrings sold. Once in a blue moon, a bracelet will sell. But pendants do pretty well. I'm just going to make my bail here. I don't know how you can yell at me if I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'll try and remember to look over there every now and then. I have to go off the camera because my wires are so long. But I got these cool arrowheads here. And we're going to wrap them in a few different ways. It's wanting to come out of there. Get in there. I'm just holding my thumb down and moving the wires a little bit to get them to curve. I do not want you under there. I want you on top. We'll just do a quick twist back here. Doesn't really matter where. Laguna Beach, Florida. California, sorry. My bail is not centered. That's annoying. So, bail's not centered. Everything's a little loose anyway, so I want to tighten it up. So I'm going to take this one over here because that's the direction I want my bail to move in, and tighten it down. Now my bail's in the center. Just little tricks. So are you on vacation, Val? Except that should have been the front. Well, see what happens when you're not paying attention? Camera being all wonky has got me flustered. I'll calm down in a minute. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, Sharon, you're always watching from South Georgia, aren't you? All right, so there's my front. We'll start over. That wasn't what I was using. I was using copper for this one. Now, why would my computer want to shut down when it's running a video? Like I said, today I'm having all kinds of technological problems, apparently. So here I've got, I don't know, 18, 20 inches of wire. I haven't been to Laguna Beach. Been to La Jolla Beach. I've been to Mission Bay. And that's the only two places I've been in California. No, I take that back. I was on some crazy beach that we did a 5-mile run through part of it. About a mile of it was beach up north at Camp Pendleton. Pretty sure that the Marine Corps owned that beach. That was the first time I saw the ocean. And we even got to see dolphins. And I don't like living in Illinois because it's too cold. South Georgia is very nice in the winter, but horrible in the summer, and Illinois is horrible all the time. Well, yeah, it's definitely very different, Valerie, than the Jersey Shore. I've never been to the Jersey Shore, but I've seen it on TV. All right, so try and get our bail centered. Bend our wire. Don't want it to be straight, and I don't want to have to come back later with pliers, so we're going to just wiggle it around a little with my fingers, get a bend in it, tuck it around back, bring this one over and around, and just do the same thing. Sort of just bend it along with your fingers. I don't know, do you guys want this to be kind of a tutorial thing, or do you want me to just go? It's better, but it's a little too high. Still a little off-centered, so we'll go ahead and bend it this way. And that pulls it over. Tightens everything up, pulls it to close to the center. Oh, it's been a long time for me. I haven't been there in 30 years. Close to. That one didn't bend anywhere near where I wanted it to. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the flow. That is not going to work. So if you mangle your wire a little bit, you can do it with your fingers, or take this nice little guy here. Straightens them out pretty good. Okay, Trish, hi. You know what? That one's doing all right. I think we'll just go ahead and scarf this thing. My computer keeps trying to go to sleep on me. I've become much more of a make the bail big enough to run your cord through and not mess with jump rings. It's just easier and nobody seems to mind. Get in there. Trish! Oops, left the camera, which isn't going to be hard to do since I can't get it to do it the way I want to do it. The field of working is much smaller, and I crossed the wires down there. That was not intentional at all, but since it's done, we'll make it part of the pendant. We'll just make the X prettier. Just tighten everything down. That didn't tighten it at all, did it? There we go. Kind of a funky looking little end there. Get out my wide nose pliers because I like making big bends in here. And there we go. Number one is done. Now, normally at this point I would take a pretty picture, send it to some friends, later post it on Facebook. But I take the picture so that I can throw a price tag on there. So I don't want to waste that kind of time tonight. Thank you. I can do price tags tomorrow. So I'll do all my pictures tomorrow too. And that was 20 gauge copper. This is going to be 18 gauge vintage bronze. Vintage bronze has become my very favorite color. This time we're going to do it the matte way, sort of. Make sure I'm doing the front my modified matte way. Got to get out of the way of the camera with the wire. Sorry, folks. I have a tutorial to show my modified ways. That is nowhere near the middle, so we have to do a little adjustment up here. Uncross my wires. So I've just had a pretty lazy day today. Yesterday I had the grandkids for a while, about 5 hours. We had fun. But I was definitely ready for them to leave when they left. I love them, but they are a handful. Thank you, Sharon. Oh my, what, Mimi D? Me having the grandkids for that long? It wouldn't have been quite so bad. Except my wife's my wife is an assistant manager at a convenience store gas station here in town. I did not give myself enough wire to do what I wanted to do. But that's all right. Maybe. Nope, need more. That's not going to work. But she had, the guy that was supposed to work night shift had a little altercation with the law, and he was not available to work last night. So what was supposed to be her day off ended up being her having to go into work, which left me alone with my grandchildren for about 3 hours. Yeah, but you're a whole lot better at figuring out a different way to do it than I am when I don't have enough. Luckily, since I'm using 18 gauge, because these are kind of hefty. There we go. I'll get 3 feet. That'll do it. 18 gauge. I use 18 gauge a lot less than I use 20 gauge. So I have plenty. We gonna see Susanna's stones tonight, Matt? She keeps begging you to sell the stones she sent you. And we're quite interested in seeing what she sent. Well, thanks, Tiff. See, I did the automatic thing of already making a bale. I'm in the mindset of doing. So, well, we'll just do it a totally different way. There's several ways you can do an arrowhead. I mean, they're fairly simple stones, easy to get a hold of, easy for the wire to get a hold of. Got to watch out for them great big giant ones Matt was selling last night or 2 nights ago, because them things are sharp and they fight back when you're trying to wrap them. I've had 2 of them, and one of them cut me pretty good while I was wrapping it. Stop that. How are you getting moved over so much? Oh, we have to wait till Tuesday. That's right. She did say something about that, didn't she? Hopefully I'll be able to watch Tuesday. My schedules have been really weird in the truck. All right, we are way too loose, but luckily we know how to fix that, don't we? Yeah, I think the scarfing is fine. Matt has enough work. He works 3 hours a day, 5 if we're lucky. Seems to me like he's got an awful lot of hours to do other stuff. I didn't cut that short enough. Luckily, the neighbor's dogs have stopped going crazy before I started this live. I don't know what they were barking at. Every time I looked out the windows, I couldn't see a thing, so I don't know what they were going on about. But then my dog barks at anybody that walks past the front of the house, even if they're across the street. All right. Get this tightened down. That's better. It's gonna have a funky back. Oops. Scarred my wire, look at that. Grabbed it at the wrong angle and I scratched it. No, I generally do not cut off the wire if I scratch it. I just let the scratch become part of the decoration and leave it at that. Get up there, it's trying to come off. And sometimes I do it. I just make sure that the scratch isn't scratchy and it won't scratch anybody. Hi, Carly Stone. He has. I'll tell you what, I know for a fact that nobody's breaking into my house. So there's what we ended up with for this arrowhead. There's the back. Is that Pippa, please? Hi, how are you? Don't know that name. And thank you. Hi, Carly Stone. I don't know what that means, Matt. Thank you. Thought for a second you were going to yell at me. All right, so we've done copper, we've done vintage bronze. Let's throw some silver on this one. 18 gauge again because it's so big. Now this is only my third live, and as you can see, I've got couldn't get the camera to line up correctly, but we're all friends. Hi Trish, she's back. We're all friends, so we'll just deal with it. Now that match crazy art up there. Pippa, please. And he's got all kinds of tutorials and all kinds of lives. And he taught me, I don't know, 10 or 15% of what I know. A lot closer to 80% of what I know. doing that. We're not doing that. See there? I automatically went to make a bail, and that is not what I wanted to do. All right, we're going to do this one the way I did my tutorial. Which way do I want to be the front? It's kind of rough on both sides. Let's make this one the front. If you hear any tapping or thumping or anything, it's just the wire hitting the camera. Trying to keep it in the frame this time instead of moving out. But I got about 3 feet of wire here. So until I get it down a little bit, it's going to be moving around and hitting stuff. See? Now, those other two I did were fairly did I make that big enough? Yeah, as long as I don't scarf it too much. The other two were made more rustic, so I'm going to make this one a little more pretty. Nope, this is what I want to do. There we go. Then across here. Oh, not paying attention to my chat. You'll learn banjo someday. Let's see. You might be able to. I mean, you could pretty easily. Since you already know how to play guitar and piano, you're already musical. I wasn't musical. I didn't know how to play any instrument when I picked up the banjo, so I had a couple of years of wanting to strangle it. Thank you, Pippa. Am I saying that right? You play spoons? That's cool. Trish, thank you. Yeah. What Trish said. Let's see. Here's what I want to do with this. I'm going to run these. That didn't turn out the way I was planning. I wanted it to point down. But oh well. I'll make this one point down. Alright, well, I squished my bail down a little too tight, it appears. So let's see if I can pull it up. Ow, that hurt. Gotta have a good grip. All right, so before I do that, I'm gonna try and flatten this down a little bit. It reared up on me. That's better. Now it's not sticking out the back. All right, so we got a double loops there. We want to do double loops here. That one went up, so we want this one to go down. That's going to go up too. This one to go down. It's twisting on me. A short-handled banjo. I don't know what a chord organ is. Oh, those are the ones that fell and hit my feet. That one goes down. This one goes up. Sometimes you just gotta fight the wire, force it to make it go where you want it to go. That isn't quite how I want that, so I'm gonna bend that down and make it shorter. There we go. Hey, I got enough wire that time. I'll just run a quick scarf around here for a couple of turns. Ew, that's not doing too good for you guys, is it? Alright, so we'll go this way one more time with you. I like putting my wires one on each side when I do it this way. I just think it looks neater. You can do them both on one side, that's fine. I have a newfound respect for all the people that do this kind of stuff, because looking through this camera and doing this work is not an easy thing. That's fairly straight. He's not sticking up too high, is he? All right, well, that got a lot fancier than I was planning, but there's number 3. Well, Pippa, a lot of times the wire wins too. Sometimes you just have to call a truce and let the wire do what the wire wants to do, and you just figure out a way to make it do it prettily. I got some opalite here. I'm gonna do, he's pretty big too. Let's do gold on this one. Thank you, Mimi. Three feet of wire seems to be working pretty good. So I'll just keep at that length. I'll just leave that over here with the rest of my wire. You can move up here out of the way. Yes, they are. They sell pretty well too. All right, I got my 3 foot of gold 18 gauge wire. Run it right through there. Sorry about that, but the gold is a little stiffer than the silver, so I wasn't able to maneuver it around my camera as easily as I was the silver. I don't know if you saw my tutorial, Matt, but I have found that taking the twist down a little farther and then bending the wire back up gives me the ability to strengthen the bail. Because now when I come back up and do the last wrap, I can catch the bottom of the bail, and it just seems to make it a little more sturdy. Back out of the camera again. I'm just making a loop with my fingers here. Yeah, this gold is really... Let's pull it in a little bit smaller. There we go. Yep, camera seems to always be in the way no matter what you're doing. That is not exactly what I was looking for. But it'll have to do. Quick twist around there to lock it in. Squeeze it up a little closer. No, we do not want you crossing over. There we go. That's better. Trying to decide what I want to do with it. A little higher. Get our bail back in the center where it belongs. Twist the middle wire first. I try and get the wires to split the middle one, but then that makes it very hard to do anything with the middle wire because you've covered it up with the other two. Since I did a much simpler maneuver with this wire, I got a little extra, but oops, see, I didn't have a good hold on it and it shot away. Luckily, the only thing it went to was the wall. I may have cut him a little too short. He'll work. Ouch. Did you guys hear that? What do you mean small learning curves? Hi Cindy, how are you? Oh, that's good, Sharon. I've never found an arrowhead. Ah, you did hear it. Okay, no, that was a rooster. Somebody sent me a text message since I'm driving in my truck. I need something that's loud and odd, something that I wouldn't normally hear in my truck. As I'm listening to the radio, driving down the road, all kinds of noise going on. But a rooster crow, pretty much I know that's something that's odd, so I use that. As my text message. You know, I don't normally like straight lines, but I like those too, so I'm going to leave them alone, and I'm just going to bend these down a little bit, tighten them up. Except I made them a little tight. They don't want to bend. Ouch, that corner's sharp. Here we go. I don't know. Well, it's opalite, Sharon, so it's only blue because it's kind of reflecting blue. But yeah, it's opalite. And it's a practically see-through one. So you can see my wires in the back. Can't really see my finger, but you can see the wires in the back. Yeah. Even when you're wearing it, you're going to be able to see them a little bit. Okay. Look at that. So the corners were sharp. I think I'm going to leave that one. I have to wipe that one down with an alcohol wipe. Putting blood, sweat, and tears into my craft. But anyway, yeah, we're just going to leave it like that. He's kind of pretty. Yep, it's a fairy princess stone. But I mean, you shouldn't say opalite isn't real. I mean, I've got it in my hand, so it's real. It just doesn't come from nature. It's man-made. Well, I'm glad to see you, Cindy. I'm glad you're getting better. I'm glad you're able to create. Did Matt leave? He never told me what the small learning curves were about. Well, I don't know about that. Who am I to say fairies aren't real? Of course, I'm not holding a fairy in my hand, so it's hard to prove. Unlike the opalite, I have that in my hand. No, Sharon, I do not have an arrowhead collection. I have a nothing collection because I don't collect stones. I get them, I wrap them, and I sell them. I am not a collector at all. My fun is the wrapping and the selling. I like selling too. I like being at craft shows. And since I am a truck driver, it's about the only time I actually get out and get to be around people. And it forces me to do it because normally I come home. What was that? That was gold. Let's do silver. I'm going to do 20 gauge so I can make it cute and pretty. So the only time I get to interact with people is at a craft show. It's getting more and more, even the truck stops, the pilot truck stops, which we just started having to use again for our fueling. They actually have self-serve cash registers in the truck stop now. They get mad at me when I refuse to use it. I'm like, I get to see 3 or 4 people a day and you're one of them. You're going to talk to me whether you like it or not. When we're talking, I don't even, I'm lost. Okay. I got you, Matt. Well, thanks. And said sometimes it just felt like the bale was a little sloppy up top, and I didn't like that, so I was trying to figure out a way to make them just a little bit tighter. And that seemed to do it, just adding a couple of extra twists to it and then pulling it down and sending them back up just gave it enough room that I could catch it with the wire on the way back around and just reinforced it a little bit more. Which one's the bottom? Oh, Cindy, sorry to hear that. Thank you, Sharon. How you feel that you don't ever talk to anybody, or that you don't want to use the self-serve, or you don't want to use the self-serve because you never talk to anybody. I missed. See there, now cut again. These opalites are sharp. Let's bring you down all the way. way. Let's bring you around. Let's see. Got enough juice to do one more? Got enough wire? I think I do. Uh-oh. I don't know if I got off the camera there. If I did, I'm so sorry. Yeah, but the black ones, the obsidian ones that I just did, they weren't near as sharp as these are. Yeah, that one might do me in. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, if I don't do anything fancy, I might be able to pull it off. Let's see. Ooh, there could be just enough, I think. Thank you, Sharon. All right, so we're getting right down to the nitty-gritty on this one. Let's see if I can get this one to bend around. If I can, we'll be okay. Yep, I think I'm going to make it work. Oops. The little glass thing is a little farther away than normal. Or actually, it's not farther away than normal. I just normally don't have a camera in my way. Yeah, tucked down in there nicely. Now let's flatten you out. Squish. He's gone. Awesome. I want that the other way. There we go. Uh-oh. That one has missed its mark. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Especially if I can squish this down. Just, oh, there we go. See what I did? We're out of focus. There we go. I just bent that down. It was running out straight like this one was, and now it's bent down just a little bit, and that should keep it inside that crevice. I don't like my wires sticking out on me. I like to push them down against the stone if I can. Sometimes I have no choice, but I try. Now let's see if we can get a little more. That may be better. There, now we got a little more decoration at the top. And there we go. You need to turn just a little. That's better. There we go. Cute little opalite arrowhead. Yeah, we could do that. All right, one more opalite. We're gonna do something. What do I want to do? I don't know. I haven't done an opalite. That'll look all right. He's a big fatty. So, pardon me if I insulted anyone by using that word. Don't want to go body shaming. Thank you, Trish. Body shaming our stones. Oh no. I know what I want to do. I just don't know if this is the wire to do it with. But we're going to do it anyway and see how it works. Now on this one, because of how I'm wanting to do it, I did not, this one's sharp too. I didn't put it in the center because I'm only going to use one strand of wire after I've made my bail. Now, the way you upload a video on YouTube is you go to your YouTube channel where you're seeing your stuff, your name and everything, and you hit the plus sign. And it'll have upload video. So what you want to do is do your video first, and then go hit that plus sign. And when it says upload video, you just hit yes, and then it'll go to, you can go into your library and you can upload it. But depending on your Wi-Fi situation, it may take a while. Ooh, that went all haywire. Get back over there. Pull you down tight. And in this particular instance, I'm going to be using how did I do that last time? Here we go. It's not going to be completely in the center. It's getting away from me. It's trying to climb. And let's do one more. And I know it's off center, but somebody will like it. You to go under there. Well, thank you, Carly Stone. That has nothing to do with me. It being clear, that's just how the phone is. Got a good quality camera with my phone. As far as how did I set up my phone to record videos, you just go like you're taking a picture. You hit your camera button like you're taking a picture, and you'll have an option in there whether you want to take a picture or a video. Now, you can do it. Well, that's interesting. Definitely interesting. Oh, that's right. Matt's coming on early. See, I scheduled this a long time ago, so I was going to do these only always at 4 o'clock, so that I would be off of here by the time Matt started. But now Matt's starting an hour early because that rooster crow was telling me. Well, this got all messed up. See if that can go down there. I don't like that. I'm going to have to cut that off and use more wire. I don't like the way that bale is. It'd be okay if both the loops were the same size, but they're not. So, well, hi, Lindsay. How are you? Well, I'd actually kind of like to go over and watch Matt. Like I said, I set this up for 4 because Matt was starting at 6, and I knew after a couple of hours I would be tired and ready to go. We'll redo that one later. But I completely forgot. Well, Lindsay, make sure that you click on there and subscribe to my channel. And I don't do these. I did one last week and I did one this week, but I got my grandkids all weekend next weekend, and then I may have to work the weekend after that, and I am hit and miss on when I'm home on Saturdays and free. It'll always be on Saturdays, and apparently, since Matt has changed his time of starting, it's going to start at 3 Central Time from now on, so that I can have 2 hours with everybody and not step on Matt's toes. Don't want you guys having to choose between me and him, and I'd kind of like to see his show too. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here tonight, and the next one I do will start it at 3, and then Matt won't be stomping on us and we won't be stomping on Matt. Well, he changed his time, and he told us he changed his time, so I should have changed my time. So, yeah, but I was watching last night. I heard him say the last couple of nights, and I've heard him say that he was going to start early, and I didn't switch. Matt's already live. He went live about 10 minutes ago. He's decided he's going to start at 6 instead of at 5. And like I said, he warned us a couple of times, and I completely forgot about it. So my next one will be at 3. And I'll try and let everybody know. Oh, man. You already chose. Well, yeah, Trish, you chose a long time ago. But like I said, I'd kind of like to go over there myself. My next one will be at 3, and we'll have a good couple of hours before he butts in with his beardy face. So, see y'all later. If you're heading over there, I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Your okay. I saw the your, and I'm like, what are you saying your about? You like my lives? Well, I appreciate that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I like doing them. I like talking to you guys. And of course, I like making jewelry. And like I said, I'm short, so I've got to make a bunch tomorrow. I wanted to do some today, but I had completely used up all of my supplies, my packaging supplies at the shows, so I had to restock those. So I didn't make a whole lot today, but I'll make plenty tomorrow because I got all day. See y'all later. Bye bye, everybody.